What's up, y'all? It's your girl Daviana, and I am back with another video. And in this video, I'm taking this dress, um, and I'm doing a remake. So right here, I'm just tracing a sweetheart neckline. The dress has one side that is a sweetheart neckline, and the other side is not. So me and my client decided that we wanted both sides to have that sweetheart neckline look. So that's what I'm doing right here, just tracing the side that is already a sweetheart neckline to the side that is not. So it can be accurate, it can be the right size, it can be the right shape. So that's what I'm doing right here. In this next clip, you guys, you all can see me cutting out the splits. My client did wanted to add a split to the look to make it a little bit more sexy and a little bit more flair. So that's what I'm doing right here. I have the pin mark where she wanted her split to stop it. I did go up a little higher above the split just because it's a little trick that I do at the end when I hem my splits to kind of make it have that little triangle look at the points of the split. So I had to cut it up a little higher than what she wanted it, but it's still going to end up to the length that she did want it. So that's basically all I'm doing right here, you guys. I fold the material in half best way I could, and I just went up to the mark and a little bit above that. So yeah, this is what I'm doing right here, cutting the split. And cutting the split is actually easy. It's not a lot of work. It's not hard. It's easy to do. Okay, so right here I had my client try on the dress when she got here, and we marked out what we wanted it cut out. So everything above the white line that you guys see will be cut out and will be replaced with mesh material. The sleeves will be cut off. All of this will be cut off and replaced with mesh skin tone material. My dog barking because D left her tail. So right now I'm finna just cut all this out. So this how everything looks once I have it cut out. This is the piece right here that I did cut out, and all I'm gonna do with this piece now is trace it on my mesh material. Okay, you guys, so the piece that I did cut out, which is right here, I'm gonna lay it on top of my mesh. And I'm just gonna cut that out because what I cut out will be replaced with mesh material. And I'm gonna use my handy dandy soap to mark, because soap, all you need is water to take it off. You don't have to worry about any stains. And I'm also going to make this a little bigger than what it actually is because I need seam allowance when cutting. Let me pin this down some. And so this service is called remake to makeover. When I take something and make it to something new. And this service starts at $150, depending on what you need done. It might be cheaper, it might be less, or it might be more. It all depends on what you're trying to get done. So now that I have it pinned down, I'm just going to go mark through with my soap, Slither soap. Shout out to Blueprint DIY. She's another YouTuber. She does this as well. Now I'm going to cut. If nobody supports me, my daughter does. She sits and watches all my YouTube videos. And what did you just say we need?
A YouTube play button.
So yeah, what they need to do to help us get a YouTube play button?
Like and subscribe.
period. So y'all need to like, comment, and subscribe so we can get us a play button in this house. Stop playing with my girl. Remake to Makeup on Instagram, Facebook, and most definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel. Peace out. So now I have my mesh piece cut out. And I'm finna attach it to the dress and sew it down. So I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, this part might be a little tricky. Even if this is your 100th time doing it, I would still say take your time. I think this is like my second time doing this type of method. So I'm gonna go slow and I'm gonna take my time. And you know, when sewing, you wanna do right size facing. Since this doesn't really have a right side, it doesn't matter which side you do, but you're gonna see how I'm gonna line it up so when I sew it, it'll have that clean finished look. So I'm gonna start from this. I'm gonna start from this little corner because I cut all of that off. I'm just gonna pin. And all of this soap is gonna be cut off. Like I said, go slow, you guys. You're not in a rush, especially if your client booked ahead of time. Take your time. See, I messed up. I did it the wrong way. I had the material the wrong way. So this side, because this is the sleeve, this side need to go over here. So like I say, take your time and don't move fast. We all make mistakes, no matter how good we are at something. Something is bound to happen. Making sure we do face right sides facing together, so when we sew across here and we lay it this way, it's going to be clean, a clean finish. So I'm doing right sides touching when I'm pinning it down, so when I do sew on the wrong sides, the right side will be clean. And this is a little long, but that's fine. That's going to be tucked in the inside. I'm doing these YouTube videos to teach as well as to learn, honey, because I'm learning some of this stuff as I go as well. You learn something new every day. So let me figure out how I'm finna do this bottom little half. I think I'm gonna go ahead and sew all this down. So when I flip it, yeah, because I'm gonna have to take it off this dress form to do this side. So I think that's what I'm about to do, you guys. So now that I have this side, I hope you guys can see it. Now that I have this side pinned down, I'm gonna go ahead and sew it down before I pin this side down, because it's kind of hard to do it while it's on this form. I'm gonna have to do it, take the dress off of this to attach this side. So I'm gonna be back. Make sure you backstitch when you start a stitch and when you are about to close a stitch out. And you do that because it keeps your thread, your seam locked in. And on my machine, I have this, which is like a reverse button that I press and it pushes my needle back. But when you sew, your needle comes towards you. But when you reverse, your needle goes away from you. And when you do that, it goes over the stitch and then you have to come back over the stitch again. And that's what lock the stitch in place. So please make sure you do that. If you don't, your garment might last, but it won't last past the washing machine. Or it'll start unraveling way before you want it to fall apart. So it's important to make sure if you don't do nothing else, backstitch. I'm at the end of this one stitch, so I'm going to make sure I backstitch again. And sometimes I do it more than once for extra security. So now I'm done sewing that side down. Okay, you guys, now I'm about to pin the other side, and you're going to see why I had to take it off the mannequin and do it. Because like I said, when you are stitching and you want to sew, most likely, unless you are sewing that way on purpose, you want your right sides to touch so they can have a clean finish like this. So that's why I sewed right. Oh, I'm so ashy, y'all. Excuse it. That's why I pinned the right sides together and I sewed on the wrong side, which is actually the inside of the garment once it's completed. Nobody's going to see that. But this outside is what people is going to see. So I had to take it out the dress form in order to pin the other side down. So now this extra flap right here, I just brought it in. And I'm going to start pinning. Now that I have that pin, I'm just gonna go and sew, making sure you backstitch at the beginning and backstitch at the end to lock that stitch in place. So I'll be back when I'm done with this and I'm gonna show y'all the next step. Okay, you guys, I have it all sewn in the front area. As you guys can see, we have that mesh look in the middle and we have this mesh all the way up to the shoulder. So what I'm gonna do to make this look a little bit more neater and a little bit more cleaner, I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna top stitch. Just so this won't be looking like this, because it's looking a little tacky. So I'm gonna top stitch. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna fold this extra material right here down like that, and I'm gonna go top stitch. Okay, you guys, I am done with this. As you guys can see, it looks so much better than it did at first. A neater look, a cleaner finish. Now I'm going to attach the shoulder seams together. And then I also created a split, as you guys seen in the beginning. I'm about to go ahead and hem the split. So once I get done with that, all I have to do now is create the sleeve with the mesh material as well and attach it. And once I do the sleeve and I attach it, I'm done for today. I'm going to have my client come later on this week and try it on just to make sure everything fits before I go to the next step. So I'll be back. Okay, you guys, I'm done so far with the dress. I do have to add the sleeve, and the sleeve will also be mesh. I hemmed the split, which I did have to add a split. I think it's looking good so far. I have this piece of cardboard placed under my dress because I'm about to get ready to glue some gems down. And when you use a glue on your garments, make sure you have either a piece of cardboard or a plastic or a trash bag or something in between so the glue won't get stuck to the other side of the garment. So yeah, right here you see me gluing the gems down with my E6000 glue. And I'm just gluing it throughout the trim of the splits where I hem the split edge to add a little bling throughout the dress. So right here is another little progress update of me gluing. It took me about 45 minutes to do one side. I only did one side because I started getting tired. Y'all, I'm pregnant with twins. This is the finished product with one side. Um, yeah, so this is how it looks so far, you guys. And at the bottom part right here, I am going to add feathers, so I did not go all the way down with the gems. Right here, you guys, I have some feather boa, needle and thread, and I'm just going to sew the feathers on. The feathers does have this white rope that's holding the feathers together, so I'm just making sure that I'm wrapping around it when I'm sewing it on the garment so it will not fall out of place. In this clip, you guys, I'm just pinning down the applique, getting it to where I like it. What I did to one side, I pretty much tried to match it to the other side so it can look identical as much, not identical because nothing's really identical unless they be twins, but fraternal, because I'm having fraternal twins due January 28th. So once I'm done pinning down, this is how everything looks. Those little spots area, I am going to fill it in with leftover gems that I have to just make it look fuller. So right here, I'm just sewing it down, hand sewing. Hand sewing takes a little minute. That's another reason why you guys can go up on your price, because hand sewing does take a little minute. It's not as fast as sitting behind a machine and sewing. So once I get done hand sewing, this is me gluing the extra gems in those little empty spots just to make it full. It won't have no spots or gaps up in the bust area. So that's what I'm doing right here. This is the end results, you guys. I didn't record the sleeve. I actually, in the process of doing the sleeve, I was a little nervous. Didn't think it was going to come out right because that was my first time doing that type of sleeve. But she loved it. And that's the end of the video. And if you like what you seen, don't forget to like, comment, and most definitely subscribe. See you next video.